650S is not a direct replacement for the 12C, says McLaren, even though it's based unashamedly on that car and uses the same carbon fibre tub, the same 3.8 litre twin-turbo V8 engine, and the same 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox. Whatever the truth of it is, McLaren has stopped building the 12C for the time being because demand for this faster, better looking, sweeter driving, yet only marginally more expensive 650S has, surprise surprise, gone through the roof. So what's it like to drive? And how different is it beneath the skin compared with the car that McLaren Automotive first presented to the world back at the beginning of 2011?
So before we go any further, this is how long it takes the McLaren 650S to go from 0 to 100 miles an hour. .7 seconds. Oh my goodness me. Where to start with the 650S? Well, maybe the best place to start is with the P1, because that's the car that McLaren has learnt masses of new tricks whilst they were engineering the P1, and an awful lot of them have made their way into the 650S. That is how serious this thing is. It's quite noisy with the roof down, but you know, this is the Spider version. You're going to drive it with the roof down. It's okay up to about 60-70 miles an hour. So let's just describe a few of the things that are new about the 650S. You get more power, 641 horsepower. You don't really notice that though, but what you do notice is the extra torque and the extra spread of torque lower down the rev range. It means that when you put your foot down in this thing at anything over 2,500 revs, it just lights up and fires itself towards the horizon. The torque this car has got is just phenomenal. It defines the whole driving experience, actually. Oh, it just sends you forwards. It just wrenches your guts inside. It's got that much energy, raw, potent acceleration. And the incredible thing is that it doesn't matter what gear you're in, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, you can row this thing along really quickly in 6th and 7th. They changed the gearbox software to make the shifts faster when you want them to be and maybe a little bit more relaxed when you don't. The drive program, where you have normal, sport and track, just as you did in the 12C, they made the settings more aggressive in track generally and more chilled in normal. So you have basically the car has a broader repertoire of dynamic abilities. The steering is also different. You notice that the moment you set off, it's a little bit heavier than it was in the 12C, quite a lot more precise, quite a lot nicer full stop, and I already really like the steering in the 12C. You get carbon ceramic brakes whether you want them or not, and McLaren have worked really hard on the pedal feel, particularly at low speeds, and they've hit the bullseye. The brakes in this thing, they're just wonderful. They really are. I think the 650S stops as well as any road car I've ever driven, with the possible exception of the P1, but even that I'm not sure. That's how well it stops. Okay, this is what I'm talking about in terms of the flexibility. Let's put it up to 4th gear, and I'm doing 2,000 revs, and now my foot's down. Flipping hell! It downshifts beautifully as well. They've taken such a step forwards over the 12C with this car. I mean, 25% of the parts of the 650S are brand new, says McLaren, but I don't know. It just feels hugely better in every department than the 12C. And look, the 12C was a phenomenally good, phenomenally fast car. But that's how much progress McLaren has made. And maybe the real killer blow with the 650S is how much it costs. It's £195,000 for the coupe, £215,000 for this one, the Spider. £195,000 for 641 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 5.5 seconds. I mean, that's the sort of performance that will chew up and spit out a 458 Italia without raising a heartbeat. This is an immense amount of car for the money.
The roof takes less than 20 seconds to raise or lower, and as you can see, it can be done on the move. The 650S sounds at its very best though, with the roof up and the little aero screen behind its seats down. Listen.
Another lovely thing about the 650S is that they haven't screwed up the ride. It still rides really nicely, this car, even though the springs are, I think, 22% stiffer at the front and 37% stiffer at the back. That's a lot stiffer. But if you put it in normal, like that, and just bumble along, the ride is really good. The suspension isn't crashing. And yet, you then go bonk, put it into track, and the thing turns into a flipping racing car.
Even on the road, you can do things in the 650S, play with it in other words, in a way that just wasn't possible in the 12C. And on the track, as you can see, it can perform all sorts of outrageous tricks. Watch out for a full track test of this white coupe in a few days' time. And in the meantime, back to the Spider.
I think McLaren have come up with a real winner in the 650S. You could accuse this car of being the car that the 12C should always have been, but I think that's being completely unfair on the 12C. The 12C 3 years ago was sensational. It's still sensational today. But the 650S just goes to another level in pretty much every department, and yet it doesn't cost that much more. It is no wonder at all that their order books are full to bursting. Good luck to them. They've built a brilliant car in the 650S.